Good morning.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. Friday, February 10th. Welcome to the Good News, live at 9 on Facebook and available later on our YouTube channel. Please be sure to comment in the chat. This is a presentation of the Allen Park Presbyterian Church. Good morning, everyone. I'm Suzan Maxey. I'm an elder at APPC, and my co-host is
Kerri Van. I am the communications manager at the church. I am the moderator of the deacons and the congregational care coordinator. Sounds important.
There are a lot of hats.
I know. Woohoo! I was nominated as the moderator of the deacons at our meeting last Tuesday, so I'm very honored to do so. So we have made it to February 10th.
I know.
50 degrees yesterday. Yeah, 50 degrees yesterday.
Is it? All right.
Yes, good morning to everyone who's watching. Norma Bentley, Joan Riggs, Barry and Margot, Virginia Vandenberg. It's nice to see you. And everyone else as well. Kip Horvath, Sandy Sauerbeck, John Clark, Amy Bowerman, Bob Ando, Scott Johnson, Nancy Horvath. Wow. This is awesome. You guys have tuned in for a great show because we are interviewing one of our own, Russ Carlson, today. And we are very excited about that.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. So we'll talk about a couple things real quick and get Ross into our group so we can start talking with him. Our February food pantry needs our Chef Boyardee, canned pasta, and creamy peanut butter. Keeping it simple this month.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, another exciting thing that you may have noticed, the friendship group is getting back together. Woo! And people are filling out our survey. There's going to be hopefully monthly activities, pile into the church vehicles, friendly drivers, you just sit back and relax and enjoy whatever is on the agenda. So we're just trying to figure out what's a good day and how many people are interested. And I'm going to just let you in a secret. A lot of people are interested. Woohoo!
Wonderful.
Yes. Hi, Ann Winslow. Hi, Barbara Wolf. Nice to see you all this morning. It's going to be a nice weekend. It's going to be sunny. I can't wait. Oh, I saw you gone for a minute, Sue. I was worried. Don't leave me.
I was taking my tea. I was drinking my tea so I could talk.
Yes. We didn't get to do our vocal. Amy will laugh at this. We didn't get to do our vocal exercises this morning. That's what we do.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. We didn't get to do a lot of those today, so we're hoping for the best. So this month, this week, tomorrow, maybe even this afternoon, you're going to start seeing my ChristNet emails coming out. We are getting ready to do dinners only. The people have spoken after a survey. We are going to do that March 19th through the 25th. We're going to need dinner house and people to help with the rest of the meals. We have other needs. We're going to need funds to make this all happen. We've done it every year. I have total faith we can do it again. So please watch for those emails or just reach out to me. Either one will work for me. We have a new ministry, Sue, that we've just started. Hi, Judy Martin. And Amy's laughing, LOL. Probably not the vocal exercises she does. We have another fun ministry. We are now scheduled. We have a whole team doing lunches at the ChristNet Warming Center twice a month. And it's a great opportunity to get involved. You can come help the team and see if you want to start your own little team. You can help us by some really strange things, like if we had 5 pounds of hamburger, we could really stretch that and make that a great meal. If you have something that might not work at the food pantry, it might help us, because we are working with our own food pantry and Grace Church. So exciting stuff. You know how much I love ChristNet and doing it. I've been the ChristNet coordinator for the church for years and years, and I absolutely love it. So I hope you're going to join me and make this a success. It feels so good to help and to help others. That's it. Hi, Matt Carlson. All right. What else, Sue? What else do we have going on? I know it's Super Bowl Sunday. People are excited about that. There's Valentine's Day coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if there is anything else that we wanted to necessarily mention. Let's check the calendar.
Yes, let's do our calendar check. Dorcas Circle is meeting on February 14th in the parlor. They have wonderful Bible studies by Pat Frazier. It just a little trivia fact, they are the largest circle, I believe, that is at Allen Park Presbyterian Church.
Yes,
It's
that
a
is
great
true.
group. Yeah, it's a great group. They welcome new members. Just come to the parlor at 1 p.m.
Yeah,
1 p.m.
they are
And
in person, so they are in
yes,
person.
and it's an in-person group, so you don't have to mess around with Zoom. That's something you're not interested in. By the way, I love Zoom, so don't think I
I
don't.
know, me too.
Yep, session meets next week, so all the new elders get to go to their first meeting.
Yep.
And that's about it. I'm sure many more things will be happening. Just sent out an email for grief share. That'll be starting in March as well. So March is going to be our big month as we lead into Lent and Easter, and wow, go so fast. Yes, Judy Martin said we're getting a lot of great ideas for fellowship events. Please bring them. We love it. Hi, Pat. Hi, Beverly. Oh, it's nice to see everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. So, Sue, we should probably get our guest in here. He's
I
probably
think so, yes.
anxiously awaiting. I have known Russ Carlson for many, many years.
Oh, yeah.
I served on the board of stewards with him. I believe he was the moderator. He's also an elder and a deacon and a valued member of our tech team. And as long as I've known him, I'm sure I'm going to find out things I don't even know. So I can't wait. And I hope you're excited to listen to us talking. Hope Amy said she's starting to get volunteers for Kids Hope too. These surveys are working, friends. Thank you for filling them out. All right, let's get Russ in here with us. We know Russ knows how to work Zoom, so we're not
Oh,
worried.
yeah.
Don't be
Yep.
kidding. Do I know how to work?
Oh, we know you can help us with technical problems if we have any. Right?
Oh, yeah. Start my video. Oh, there I am.
Oh,
Hi, Russ.
good morning.
Good morning.
I was just joking around that I've known you for so many years, and we've done so many. We've been on boards together and done so many things. I'm not even sure I really know everything there is to know about you. So we're so
No,
happy.
nobody does. I don't even know.
You like to keep it a secret, right?
Well, I used to have a saying for work. My job is so secret, I don't even know what I'm doing.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I do know you're an engineer, right, Ross?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
I said you're an engineer, correct?
I guess a sort of a software engineer.
Software.
I've done computer work, so.
So that's why we constantly reach out to you when we have problems. Call Russ Carlson, call Russ Carlson.
Yeah, it's been an interesting, I guess, career. When I was in high school, Allen Park High had a vocational program in TV and radio repair that I started in. So for that, I had to learn basic electricity and learned about, vacuum tubes and transistors and how they worked. And frankly, in high school, I got bored with that. So when I came to college, I didn't know what I wanted to do at that time. And I decided to go to Henry Ford Community College, and I checked out their programs and thought I'd try IT work. And it worked out well, so.
Yes, great choice. And that's still a great choice for people entering college. It's still a good choice.
Well, and being 18, I didn't really know what I was doing. And I had a teacher who I remember very fondly, my first programming class. And about the fourth problem that she had us work on, the fourth assignment, I guess I should say, I had a question that I waited after class for. And I'm in a line of about, I don't know, 5 or 6 students. And I was very, believe it or not, in high school, very, I don't know, the opposite of assertive.
A little shy, a little
So I
shy,
was
right?
at the back of the line because I didn't push ahead. I let everyone else go ahead. And she looks up and sees me in line and she says, "Oh, it's about time you have a question." And I'm thinking, okay.
Now
So-
you're off foot, right?
Yeah, so when it's my turn for her to answer my question, she says, before you have before you answer, give me your question, I have a question for you. How many computer classes did you take in high school? And I looked at her and I said, well, I'm gonna have a question for you when I'm done, but none. My high school didn't offer computer classes. And she said, and she was taken back. And she went, oh, and was generally surprised by it. And my question back to her was, why did you ask that? So I've always been a why person, right? Why does something work? Why? And she said, well, because your logic was all in place. It would, if you took, we were doing flow charts at the time, but flow charting out computer code. And she said, if you were to code what you flow chart out, it would work. And I'm like, I mean, everybody's doesn't? And she smiles and laughs and goes, no. They got, oh, maybe I have something here. So, you know, that was a good encouragement to keep me to stick to it. So.
Yeah, I would say so, because noticing, you know, your aptitude and your gift for it when you're struggling to decide what it is, it's so hard. I always say, if I ever grow up, I hope I know what I want to be. You know,
Well, I'm still saying that.
yeah, I mean, so am I. So am I.
None of us
Someday
want to
I'll-
grow up, do we?
Yes. I know it's a trap, but I guess we have to do it, whether we want to or not.
Well, so Russ, you work in IT, right? That's what it's called, IT, information technology?
Yeah, it's information technology. It's changed a lot over the years. It's had many different names. You know, and people may not know my background a lot, but for those people who lived in this area a long time will know my first computer job was in 1982. It was February of 1982. So I've been doing this work now 41 years. And it was with People's Community Hospital Authority, or PCHA. And they had 5 hospitals, 4 of which were in this area. One was in Ypsilanti. Annapolis Hospital is in Wayne. Heritage Hospital is in Taylor. It was called Seaway Hospital in Trenton, and Outer Drive Hospital in Lincoln Park. And so I worked for the computer department. I signed in as a computer operator, which I was fine for. I took the afternoon shift, and they trained me to work their afternoon shift as a computer operator. And I took day classes at U of M Dearborn while I did that. So I worked on my bachelor's degree at the same time I started working.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, that's ambitious. So that must have been a big first job with all these hospitals.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I lived at home. I made about $12,000 a year, but at the time in 1982.
That was a lot of money then.
It was a lot of money for me. And it was
Right.
great because I had college friends, and, you know, back in the college days, most parties didn't start get going until about 10 p.m. I'd get off work at 11:30 and go to the party, especially if it was a Friday or Saturday night. So, you know.
So you were living the good life then.
Oh, yeah. And I knew Andrea at the time, but we were not dating.
Okay.
So
Sounds like a story.
for those who know my story with Andrea, I actually met Andrea my senior year of high school. Her parents started coming to the church I grew up in. It was St. Luke's Episcopal Church on Wick Road. That church was started by my mom's parents. She was one of 6 founding members of that church. And so that's where I met Andrea. And actually my senior year of high school, my mother-in-law was on the Allen Park school board as treasurer. So I have my mother-in-law's signature on my high school diploma.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's an awesome story.
Wow, that's very cool.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. And it wasn't until Andrea's senior year, 4 years later, we started dating. About the time I started working at PCHA. It was about 2 months before I started working there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you two have been married a long time. We know you have 3 children who are all popular within the church. Most people know
37
they are.
years, so you know. I'm just checking my work stuff, sorry.
All right, sorry.
Nothing important. Yeah, I'm sitting in front of 4 screens right now, 3 of them for work.
That's awesome.
So you said your parents started St. Luke's. How did you end up at Allen Park?
My grandparents did.
Yep.
So my mom's parents moved here in the 20s, migrated from England in the 20s. My mom was born in Detroit, and in 1940 they moved to Allen Park. And they were at some community event, and they met a couple other couples, one of which their child was my mom's best friend growing up. And they all were talking and decided they all had a British, shall we say, British Isle band commonality. Scotland and Ireland and England, they basically were from, and so they all had that British Commonwealth, and they just decided that they needed to form a church. So that was, I don't know what year that was. So, fast forward, we had the 3, Andrea and I got married at St. Luke's, and we had the 3 children, and there was not really any kids programs at church, and they were becoming adolescents. And so we started talking and looking around. And at the time, the Allen Park Presbyterian Church had a very big,
Youth program.
youth group. And also part of my background, my dad's 2 siblings, his brother and sister, were members here.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah. So if anybody, I mean, I don't keep it a secret, but and they may even be watching. I don't know. Lloyd Teller is my dad's brother, and Dorothy Fouché, several of the older members who were friends with her. She was my dad's sister.
Oh, wow. I don't even know if I knew that.
Yeah, and Dorothy Fouché is still, both Lloyd and Dorothy are still alive. So Dorothy turned 95 this year.
Wow. We of course know the Tellers.
Yeah.
And
yeah, Lloyd
yeah,
and Cheryl.
yeah, and I knew your mother because your mother was active in the ecumenical
Allen Park Council of Churches. Yep.
Council of Churches, and instrumental in like all the community Good Friday service, baccalaureate, all of that.
Yeah, well, and there used to be a walkathon that I participated in. And Andrea did too. It was all the churches in Allen Park at the time when it started.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, John Nasio Jr., one of our former members who has passed on, was on that with your mom. So yeah, I remember your mom very well.
Oh yeah, and when I started at the church, I knew John very well through my mother, which wasn't accurate. So because they both were very strong individuals, very strong-willed, right?
Yes.
So when you get 2 strong-willed people together, there's sometimes conflict.
Absolutely. How did your mom or parents feel about you switching to a Presbyterian church? Was there a little friction or?
Yeah, and it happened slowly. So Andrea started coming to the church in '99, and she started getting the kids involved. And in the Episcopal Church, they had a role of licensed Eucharistic minister. And basically, I could perform any function that the minister would let me function with the exception of the consecration of the elements. So I could not do communion unless there's elements already blessed by a minister. But I would run like a morning prayer service or an evening prayer, and do, basically fill in with the minister in that church. And so I was slower to come over to that Presbyterian church, right? I kept that schedule up.
Yeah.
I was also a liturgist. I mean, I started as a liturgist at St. Luke's and then worked into that role. So as I was scheduled to do that work, I would go back to St. Luke's, but then I would come with Andrea to the Allen Park Church.
Right, because you were a longtime liturgist at our 8:30 service, and you've preached at our services too. So
Well, yeah, so it wasn't new to, so it's stuff I've done before. Back when I used to do it in the Episcopal church, the minister would have a sermon written, is how it started. But then, for me, even now, I have a hard time reading a script. I'm more of an ad lib person, so
me too. Me too. Sometimes that goes amazingly well, and then sometimes you're like, yeah, I hope I said something meaningful.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's good. So I mean, it was quite the journey then and to go from one church to another in Allen Park. Judy Martin left a comment. Dorothy nominated our church for a beautification award for the Keep Michigan Beautiful organization, and we got an honorable mention for our landscaping with the rocks.
Yeah,
So that must be Dorothy Fauché. Is that what she's?
well, Fouché is the way she said it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. I remember that too.
Yeah. And I don't know if you know, if you remember, I'm drawing a blank at the name because I know her maiden name.
What's her maiden name?
Maggie came with her children. McPartland is the maiden name. God, she runs on Facebook with me too. But she was, my aunt was actually her step grandmother, shall we say. So Maggie's mom, I knew me growing up. So when she started coming to the church, I can picture her kids and my name. See, I'm getting old.
That's all right. We'll have a trivia question. We'll figure it out later and put it in the comments.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out later.
So before you came on, Russ, I did mention that you're an elder, a deacon, and you were on the stewards. I remember you were the moderator of the stewards. I learned a lot about stewardship from you. So you've served on just about every board. You're on the IT team, so you do stay involved. I think you're an usher too, right?
Yes.
A liturgist for sure.
Yes, definitely a liturgist.
I'm just looking up Maggie.
I know it's gonna bug you until you figure that
It
out.
is. It's bothering me. I can't remember her last name. And she's listed on Facebook as McPartland. But I'm sure that's not her name now. Huh.
See all these ladies when they change their name when they get married. There's a lot of people at church that are related, but you don't know because they got different names. So
Well, yeah, like a lot of people wouldn't know that, Aunt Dorothy and Uncle Lloyd, who I'm related to. So,
right.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I knew that or not because that's wild. The people watching, Amy and Judy both said that you sing in the choir now too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So a lot of longtime members would know, remember the name Lou DeChance. He was a member of the Allen Park Presbyterian Church. And Andrea and I both had him. I had him in middle school, and Andrea had him as an instructor in the high school, and I also. And about the time Andrea and I started dating, he started a community choir and called me up and asked me if I wanted to join. And when I told him, yeah, and my girlfriend says she's interested too, Andrea Pitchford. So, oh, yeah, I know her, sure. So we actually joined a community choir with his group. I met a lot of Presbyterian people there, a lot of people from the choir. I'm just trying to think of anybody off the top of my head, but it's not coming to me. But that's where I started. I kept my singing up. So I sang since the 7th grade, basically through high school, and then into this community choir. And I just, I guess, didn't ever pick that up at this church for various reasons. A lot of it was raising kids, but
Right.
and Andrea is certainly a much better singer than I am. You know, but I do good in a group. I can make myself blend. So
That's fantastic.
Eh?
yeah.
Yes, that's fantastic, and always well received to have more choir members. Choir's fun.
Oh, well, you played on the handbell choir too. So,
Well, yeah, and that comes from my background. So, you know, I could even say, you know, I started as an instrumental player, but you know, 6 months of the trumpet doesn't count in my mind. So, and that was back in 5th grade. So, you know, that was too long ago to count, but I never really picked that up fully.
So I would say a good takeaway from this conversation is church has always been an important part of your life, one way or the other.
Yes, I grew up with it central, you know, I don't remember my mom's dad that well. He passed when I was 3. But her mother, I have a bigger appreciation for my father. You know, well, after I bought a house in Allen Park, shall I say, than I used to, because my mom moved on to Myers Street, which is like Varan Funeral Home and Allen Road as a mark. And
Right.
she moved, that's where she moved to in 1940. And my grandmother lived down the street from us. So now I understood, I was saying a lot more of my dad than I used to as a kid, but you know, so it was, you know, a lot of walk down to cut grass, do snow, whatever. But I grew up with her as a you know, as a huge presence. And then my dad's parents were divorced, but my dad's mother was very instrumental. At the time I knew her, she was a devout Baptist and felt she was born again, and she was just so nice. And you know, I remember at her funeral seeing all these people that knew her that I knew that I never knew her. So you know, it was amazing the connection she had, because she was always doing things. Both my grandmothers were doing things that you know, making stuff. My mom's mom was a quilter. My sister does that well now, you know, so I didn't pick that up, but you know, sweaters, knitting, all kinds of things they both did. So
Russ, we have a question from Virginia Vandenberg. Who
Yeah.
was your band director when you played trumpet? I played too, had Mr. Nas.
so I never had a director because I didn't play outside of elementary school. I only played, like I said, for about 6 to 9 months in the 5th grade. I don't remember for how long for sure. And I think it was Mr. Nas at the time teaching elementary school. I don't remember for sure. I know I've known Mr. Nas a long time. So, and then Andrea's known him a long time too. So, and his daughter Kathy was our accompanist in high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Russ, you and your family are such a wonderful addition to our church family. I know all of them well. You have
Yeah.
beautiful grandchildren. You've made so many contributions to our church, and I can't tell you how exciting it's been getting to know you, because I was thinking, what do I know about Russ? Like, I don't know if I didn't know half of the
Oh,
stuff.
deep, dark secrets.
Yes.
Dark secrets, hidden talents, right?
Yes, and this is why we encourage people to come on the show, because it's so fun to get to know each other and to find out our connections and how they have been woven through the past. So what we do know you're at work and our show is nearing its end. And
Working from home.
yes, we're
Yeah.
working from home, just like me. I love working at home. I get so much done.
Great, isn't it?
Well, it was real fun yesterday. I've been having a problem with my PC, so I had to take my PC into the clinic because they couldn't fix it remotely. And now they gave me a loaner. So my work PC is broken so bad, they had to give me a loaner and keep it
Oh,
to
no.
fix it. Yeah.
Yep, and then we call you every time something doesn't work too, so you have that.
Well, and the big problem I have with the work PC is I'm locked out of a lot of stuff. Ford
Yeah.
likes to keep it ready for them, and I don't blame them. It's theirs, so they can do what they want with it, but.
All right, let me read you a couple comments. Norma Bentley said, thank you, Russ, for your interview this morning and for all you do for our church. Kip Horvath said, great job, Russ, very interesting. It has been very interesting. Thank you so much. If anyone else wants to join us, we're always open to it. We're booking we have a guest next week who is going to be very interesting. His name is Ben Hughes. He was appointed let's see if I can get this right. Oh, he is the new executive director and economic development director for the DDA of the city of Allen Park. And we will be interviewing him and getting to know him. He's new to the area and we're gonna welcome him like we do everyone. So we're looking forward to that. Russ, we thank you again and all of our viewers.
You're welcome. I said, you're welcome. This is fun. I thought it'd be fun to do when I saw it in the Sunday announcements that you were looking
Really?
for.
Yeah, I'm really happy that people read the bulletin and respond. You know,
Yes.
how excited that makes me. So thank you very much. Throw some hearts up for Russ and Sue, lead us out.
Our scripture today is 1 Corinthians 16:13. Let me share it here. Be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong.
Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. So friends, we will see you next week for the good news live at 9 a.m. Remember, you are a beloved child of God. God loves you, and so do we. Have a great day, and thanks again, Russ, and to all our watchers and listeners. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.